All right. Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakar Kadash.
Double honors to the apostles. That was the great millstone. And salutation, brothers, on this thing is sincere, truth, and charity. Shalom, right? And this is not less to the power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakar Kadash, which Yahweh is the Heavenly Father. Ba'ashem means in the name, Yahweh Shai is the only begotten Son. And Rakar Kodash means Holy Spirit, literally translated Spirit Holy, and through that gift of the Holy Spirit, mixed with faith and with understanding, truth, preaching, teaching, and living. And that gift given to us from Yahweh through His Son, Yahweh Shai. All right, and we'll hop right into it. You know, like it says, the stone rejected. That's who Yahweh Shai is, man. From Genesis to Revelation talks about Yahweh Shai. All right, and you have those who still don't realize that you can't get to Yahweh without Yahweh Shai, man. You can't get saved unless there's bloodshed, man. Let me grab this real quick. This is Leviticus. Salakia 17. In fact, somebody grab it from me outside. Find the precept. Leviticus 17:11.
Gotcha.
And I'm trying to find this in Samuel. Leviticus 17:11.
All right. Yes.
You got it?
Yeah, come on. I have to flip the page. Leviticus chapter 17, verse 11 says, "For the life of the flesh is in the blood, and I have given it to you upon the altar to make an atonement for your souls. For it is the blood that maketh an atonement for the soul."
Read one more time. It's like I'm trying to remember the phrase. I got so baffled.
Let's
read that over. I'm finding this First Samuel.
This is Leviticus chapter 17, verse 11. It says, "For the life of the flesh is in the blood, and I have given it to you upon the altar to make an atonement for your souls."
Right, and the Lord said and you can't get an atonement, you can't get forgiveness of your sins, all right, without bloodshed, point blank period, man. All right, and we've sinned against the Lord greatly. That's why we're in this great captivity, man. How do we find our way back to Yahweh, all right, without that bloodshed? All right, this is 1 Samuel 2:25. If one man sin against another, the judge shall judge him. But if a man sin against Yahweh, who shall entreat for him? Notwithstanding, they hearken not unto the voice of their father, because Yahweh will slay them. And so, this is a wise saying right here, come from a priest, man. All right, a man of the Lord. He said, if you sin against, your neighbor, a judge is going to judge you. We got the leaders of Israel, the elders of Israel. They will tell you how to handle that situation. But if you sin against the Lord, who will entreat for you? Who would go before the Lord to make intercession? All right? What will be given? In Psalm 50, the Lord said He don't want your human in the slaughter. He don't want you to sacrifice animals, man. All right? He makes it plain, don't sacrifice no animals. If I was hungry, I wouldn't tell you. Let you know it represented something else, man. All right? It led to that perfect lamb of Yahweh Shai. It's not the parable say we are as sheep led to the slaughter. And then in Psalms, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, in Psalms that he was led as a sheep to the slaughter. Now Isaiah said he was led the sheep to the slaughter to open his mouth. Let him know he was that perfect sacrifice the entire time, man. Hey, what did Abraham tell Isaac? Said the Lord will provide the sacrifice. The Lord did provide it, man. Isaiah 53.
This Hebrews 9:20 saying, dang, should I scroll up? Select it, bro. Dang. It's the whole chapter, but I'm gonna skip to 20. Saying this is the blood of of the testament which Yahweh have enjoined unto you. Moreover, he sprinkled with blood both the tabernacle and all the vessels of the ministry. And almost all things are by the law purged with blood, and without shedding of blood is no remission, which is basically no remission of sins, man. All right. Yahweh Shai was that sacrifice, man. You know, and without that sacrifice, we wouldn't even have a chance that we have right now to, have forgiveness of sin, or to have that chance to be back in the Most High's good graces. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
But yeah, the whole Hebrew 9th chapter, man, yeah, it goes very detailed into it, you know?
Since you was talking about that stone, and like we were saying, man, Yahweh Shai is, like the brother said, from Genesis on to Revelation. It's all about Yahweh Shai, man. Okay? This is Psalms 118, starting in verse 21. I will praise thee, for thou hast heard me, and art become my salvation. Right? The stone which the builders refuse is become the headstone of the corner. Now, David is not talking about Yahweh at this point. He's speaking of Yahweh Shai. This is a prophecy, man, because it was going to come a point in time where Israel, or Zion, all right, was going to set the chief cornerstone at naught. And not all Israel, only the 2/3 of Israel was going to do that. All right? It was Isaiah 28:16. It says, therefore, thus saith Yahweh thy power, behold, I lay in Zion a foundation, a stone, a tried stone. So when did Yahweh do this? When you guys talk about the Old Testament, so you tell me this. In the book of the prophet Isaiah 28:16, who is this stone that Yahweh laid down in Zion? All right? And what does it say? A precious cornerstone, a sure foundation. He that believeth shall not make haste. Because what? We're going to put our trust into who? Yahweh Shai, the deliverer. All right? You got something?
God, this is this is 2 Samuel 22. And it's a lot here.
You said what?
I got a quick script.
Go ahead, bring it on.
This 1 Timothy 2 and 5. For there is one power and one mediator between Yahweh and men, and Yahweh and men, the man HaMashiach Yahweh Shai.
Right, Shalaki. That's the whole point of Isaiah, the 53rd chapter. He is the mediator. He's the propitiation. He's the sacrifice, man. Bringing us back to Yahweh. All right? You guys tap dance around Isaiah 53. Because don't tell me, well, it was Israel. Israelites can't die for their own sins, man. All right? When you read that Isaiah 53, it only makes sense that it is Yahweh Shai, man.
It's always a mediator.
All right?
Then it says, and we hid, as it were, our faces from him. So they was hiding from themselves. What kind of shit is that, man? You don't make no sense. Y'all just the people that the Lord didn't choose, and you can't see it, man. You didn't see it back then. The fact that you call yourself a Jew or Israelite, or even act like you follow the Old Testament, is obviously not to get you saved, because it's only one way to be saved. Like, yeah, we utterly fell off. We forgot who the hell we was, man. But you had Jews back then that knew they was Jews, but denied the heavenly Son, man. So they didn't have the truth, man.
Mm-hmm. Because back then, you know, when Yahweh Shai was coming on the scene, the Pharisees, they wanted that seed of Moses. They didn't want to lose that. So the same shit now, man. They didn't believe it back then, so they ain't gonna believe it now. They just believe in, you know, who they call the Most High, which we call him Yahweh, and that's it.
They don't believe in the Lord. They believe in the Lord. They will listen to these words.
Right.
So they don't believe in the Lord. Because as they believe in the Lord, they will believe these words. Because when you read through the words of the Lord, he mentions his son over and over and over.
So lucky.
You know, so I got one back in for that rock. This is 2 Samuel 20. What you know that, Cosmo?
Yes, sir.
This 2 Samuel 22 and 2. And he said, Yahweh is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer. The power of my rock.
The power of my rock. Damn.
So the Lord has a spokesman that comes in his name. He's the power of that spokesman. Yahweh is the power of Yahweh Shai. But just like you know right here, Yahweh Shai also is that rock, man. That's what the Lord has said. He comes in the name of his Father. The power of my rock, in him will I trust. He is my shield and the horn of my salvation, my high tower, and my refuge, my savior. Thou savest me from violence, man. All right, verse 47, Yahweh liveth, and blessed be my rock, and exalted be the power of the rock of my salvation, man. So there you go, Yahweh Basham, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is that rock. He said his son to be a stay for us as well, man. A rock for us as well. Plain and simple, man. This is Psalm 2:11. Serve Yahweh with fear and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way when his wrath is kindled, but a little. Blessed are all that put their trust in him. All right, so part of serving Yahweh with fear and trembling is to kiss the Son, man. All right, to speak mouth to mouth with the Lord, man. To speak these words that comes from the Son, because Yahweh Shai, all right, is the word, man. He is the spokesman for the Lord, man. He is that angel that went before us when we came out of Egypt. He was the angel in the burning bush that said, I am Yahweh, man. He is the spokesman. He's the image of the invisible power.
Yeah, Proverbs 30:4, man.
Right.
Who have ascended up into heaven or descended? Who have gathered the winds in his fist? Who have bound the waters in a garment? Who had established the ends of the earth? What is his name? And what is his son's name, if thou can tell? And don't fucking tell me, oh, the son of the Lord is Israel. Well, this would not be, first of all, Proverbs is dark sayings. All right. If we know Israel is written through the whole book, right? It's not a big secret when you read Psalms 30:4. What is the son's name and his name? Israel is written through the whole book. This is talking about Yahweh Shai, man, because he literally did those things. Yahweh gave him the blueprint, and Yahweh Shai literally, everything you see created was created by him and him alone. All right? The scriptures say that, man. This is go ahead.
This is 1 Samuel 28. I'm 1 Samuel 28. This 1 Chronicles 28:5. All my sons, for Yahweh hath given me many sons, he hath chosen Solomon, my son, to sit upon the throne of the kingdom of Israel, so like the throne of the kingdom of Yahweh over Israel. He said unto me, Solomon thy son, he shall build my house and my courts, for I have chosen him to be my son, and I will be his father. Moreover, I will establish his kingdom forever. Forever, if he be constant to do my commandments and my judgments as at this day. All right? So the Lord said, hey, King Solomon is going to rule forever. All right? The Lord said that King Solomon will be counted as his son. All right? So it's levels to it. Yes, we're the son of Yahweh, but we coming through a King Solomon, man. But it says if the king and Israel do right, man, we doing right by our king. It said if the king and Israel do right, he would establish that kingdom, man. And that's just what he's doing.
This is
This
is 1 Corinthians 1:22 and verse 23. All right, because like I was reading Isaiah, right? It says in the latter part, it says, "He that believeth should not make haste." So certain people that's going to believe and trust in the stone, and the rest of the people ain't. All right, they're going to set it at naught. Okay, so in this Corinthians 1:22, it says this: "For the Jews require a sign, and the Greeks seek the wisdom, but we preach Hamashiach crucified. Unto the Jews a stumbling block, and unto the Greeks foolishness." Because simply put, whether these niggas of the circumcision or not, all right, whether they believe in the Old Testament or whether they just don't believe at all, Yahweh Shai is the biggest stumbling block on planet Earth. David wrote about it. All right, he said, "Let their table become a snare unto them." All right, Yahweh Shai is a snare. He's a trap Matter of fact,
I got
go ahead.
I was waiting on the perfect time. It's Isaiah 8:14, man. It says,
Yeah.
and
Go ahead.
he shall be for a sanctuary, but for a stone of stumbling and for a rock of offense to both the houses of Israel, for a gin and for a snare to the inhabitants of Jerusalem. And among them shall stumble and fall and be broken and be snared and be taken. It says, bind up the testimony, seal the law among my disciples. So, right, yeah, if you're not one of those disciples, meaning of the elect, you're not going to be able to accept Yahushua, man. The Lord put this in the elect, man. Everybody else is going to stumble and fall at it. Or they're going to find, because we just, all these scriptures, the majority of these scriptures that are coming out about Yahushua, what? Found in the Old Testament, man. So that's further proof, like the brother Benji said, y'all just ultimately just don't believe. You were meant to snare those who were meant to be snared and lead them away from the truth because it was never formed.
Yahushua said, he said, if you believe the law of Moses, you'll believe me.
Got it. That's the spirit. John chapter 5. John chapter 5, verse 46. For had ye believed Moses, ye would have believed me, for he wrote of me. But if you believe not his writings, how shall ye believe my words? And this is like one of my favorite scriptures, man, because it cuts people that be like, I don't believe in the Old Testament. Only believe in the New Testament. It's like, but this is Yahweh's words. And he said, how can you believe me if you don't believe him then? You know?
And that's vice versa. Because people that want to say that they don't believe in the Old Testament is done away with. People want to say, I don't believe in the New Testament is rewritten. It's showing that the Lord was all with that in one. It's really just the same thing, man. It says, Yahweh, he changes not. Yahweh shot the same today, the same yesterday, man. It's just a simple fact. This is a message that the Lord is bringing back from ancient times, and you niggas still can't get it.
To show one of the ways Moses wrote of Yahushua is Deuteronomy 18:18. I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, the Exodus 7:1. I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto thee, and will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him. It shall come to pass that whosoever will not hearken unto my words, which he shall speak in my name, I will require it of him. So the Lord says he's going to send a certain prophet, man, a prophet that will be like Moses. All right? And Moses was above the rest of the prophets, man. So Moses was a similitude of this prophet that was to come right here. He was a foreshadow of this prophet right here. So read Exodus 7:1.
Yes, Exodus 7:1, it says, and the Lord Yahweh said unto Moses, see, I have made thee a God to Pharaoh, Aaron thy brother shall be thy prophet.
There you go. So the Lord set Moses up to be more than just the average prophet, man. And it said that this basically, that there's going to be another one to come in. Okay? And it said to obey everything he says. He's going to come in the name of Yahweh. Same thing that the Lord told him about the angel. I'm going to send an angel before you. Obey what he says. All right? Because what? My name is in them. Because they're one and the same, man. This angel that's going before us is the same prophet, man. That's Yahushua. All right? The one who's as a God, man. All right? Plain and simple.
Yeah, some more? Oh, okay. This is Romans 9:32. Wherefore, because they saw it not by faith, but as if it were by the works of the law, which is crazy. Whatever. Anyway, for they stumbled at that stumbling stone, as it was written, behold, I lay in Zion a stumbling stone, a rock of offense, and whosoever believe on him, they shall be not ashamed. So, like the brother read in Isaiah 8, all right, basically to the elect, hey, we're gonna get this thing. This is gonna be a rock of salvation to us. To everybody else, it's a trap, a snare, something to stumble at, man. All right, and Yahweh planned that out perfectly. He don't want you niggas to get it, man. All right, he's for us, not for you.
That's right.
And so when you have guys like Rap the News, which that nigga's bugged out, he's all about the Old Testament, but he quotes stuff out of the New Testament. Simply, you don't believe, man. All right?
Right. And he don't believe in the Old Testament because we cut him on plain things the Old Testament say, like Isaiah 53. All right, he goes and says that was added or infiltrated, it was changed or whatever. Hey, the Lord, it says in Psalms 11, you gonna grab it? The word Lord is purified. I'm gonna grab his other precept there.
7 times.
This is 2 Samuel 22:31. As for the Most High, his way is perfect. The word of Yahweh is tried. He is a buckler to all that trust in him. So this word is proven, man. All right? Even the things they tried to change, you know what they changed, man? The prophets know, we know, and through the Spirit, and we can prove it. Prove your part that you're saying that Isaiah 53 was added and changed and manipulated, or 2 Samuel 7, or Zephaniah, or Genesis 49. All right? And all the other list of scriptures that you can cut on. Prove that only those scriptures, and how convenient, only those are all manipulated by Esau Edom, man, or changed. That's because you cut, man. You know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Hey, I was about to say, man, look, all these scoffers and all these people, man, they just nitpick, man. It's like, oh, I like that scripture. I like that scripture. Ooh, that's talking about that. I don't like that. No, I don't believe in that. You know what I'm saying? No, you're supposed to consume the whole roll, man.
Right. If you only eat the sweet and not the bitter herb, then how you not getting fully healed, man. You're not receiving the whole doctrine, man. You have to eat even things that cut the hell out of us. We have to consume, man, because it's just Yahweh Shai. It's Yahweh Shai. It's the whole word, man.
False balances of abomination to the Most High, man. You need the whole thing, the sweet and the bitter.
You need Yahweh Shai for salvation. There's no other name given under heaven where you must be saved by. So listen, you niggas want to be bugged out and just simply don't believe? Don't believe. Romans 3:3, man. All right?
So you got the Psalm?
Come. This is Psalms 12:6. The words of Yahweh are pure words, as silver tried in the furnace of earth, purified 7 times. All right? So, hey, there ain't no, even if, you have magistrates that try to change certain Hebrew words, at the end of the day, within this context of the Spirit, the breakdown is correct, man. These words are purified 7 times. Purified, perfect. Nothing is going to change from the understanding of the scripture. All right? So you want to say, oh, Isaiah 53 changed? Nah, all right, Genesis 49, man. Who is Shiloh? Who teeth is white like milk, man?
Spirit, I got that right now.
Read it.
This is Genesis 49 and 10. It says, the scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet until Shiloh come. And unto him shall the gathering of the people be.
When did Shiloh come? It said to him to get, watch this. It says to him the gathering of the people, right?
That's right.
Hold on. So let me see if I can grab this for y'all again.
Right, but it's really you got it.
No, go ahead.
There's no other way around it, man. Yahweh Shai is Yahweh Shai, the man that was throughout the scriptures from the beginning. It's always been a first formed spirit. It was the Son of the Most High who formed everything else and had a chosen people, man. That's the whole breakdown. And we need Yahweh Shai to get back to our original glory, man, and much more better, man.
Yep.
Like the scripture says, it says, he that gathereth not with me does what? Scatter. And that's exactly what you guys were created to do. And then you're only heaping coals upon your own head, man. Trying to make yourself look good. Mm-hmm. Like everything, like first off.
Yep, got it.
Yeah, go ahead.
God. He's so like it. Can you read that last part? It said set in order or the gathering of the people?
Yeah, it says until Shiloh come, and unto him shall the gathering of the people be.
Now, this is the wisdom of Solomon 8, and I'm going to start with 13. Moreover, by the means of her, I shall obtain immortality and leave behind me an everlasting memorial to them that come after me. This is King Solomon talking, speaking, right? All right, and he did leave a memorial to them that came after me, which he did that is Yahweh Shai, because he was that image, that example, right? I shall set the people in order, and the nations shall be subject unto me. When did this totally happen? All right, this is going to happen when Yahweh Shai gets full rulership over this whole earth, man. So he's going to set. Hey, that's who Shiloh is. King Solomon, who is Yahweh Shai, man.
Well, his name is Shiloh, means the same thing, peace. All right, and this is Isaiah 9:6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulders. So the elect of Israel is going to come under him, man. All right, the heads, the leaders of Israel, man, all going to be under this man. All right, that's the order. It starts with him. He's going to carry the government on his shoulders, man.
Chief cornerstone, literally, when you lay that chief cornerstone, that foundation, and like the scriptures say, you build it on top. So you have the apostles on top of Yahweh Shai, then you have the other stones, a fitly frame put together, man. The house of David, man. It starts with Yahweh Shai, literally, man. All right?
And the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty Power, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Shiloh. All right, until this Shiloh comes in, of the increase of his government and peace, there should be no end. Upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom to order it. Who was promised to sit upon the throne of David? His son. That's why Psalm 110, King David said, the Lord said unto my Lord, referring to his son, he called his son Lord, Master. That's a form of reverence. That's a form of worship. He called him Lord, and then proceeded to say he shall be a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek. All right, you guys understand the heavenly things, man. You guys are not spiritual at all. Yahweh Shai is that high priest, man, from the heavens. Just like Abraham bowed down and paid tithes to King Melchizedek, man, to the king and priest. Melchizedek, that's your
What is that?
What's so hard about that, man? And the name of his kingdom, he was the king of Salem, the king of peace. And that was no land on earth. He was without father, without mother. That's the heavenly priesthood, man.
Who else is making, like the brother read, who else is the mediator? That's what the Levitical priest literally did. Make a sacrifice to bind us back with Yahweh. How much more Yahweh Shai? Melchizedek. He said a priest after the order of Melchizedek. What the hell you think Yahweh Shai is doing right now, man?
That's right.
Trying to make us one with Yahweh, man. But like you guys did, you set him at naught. So, hey, like the scriptures say, you guys ain't going to be ridden amongst the people.
The Lord is angry with you. You ain't kissing the son.
Yeah.
You ain't showing no affection to the son, man. You ain't speaking his words. Of the increase of his government and peace, there should be no end upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom to order it and to establish it with judgment and with justice from henceforth, even forever. The zeal of Yahweh of hosts will perform this. All right, and it said that was in Solomon 8. It said what King Solomon's going to order the people, man. All right, Shiloh's going to come and gather us, man. That's Yahweh Shai. That's plain. All right, Isaiah 11:1. There shall come. Let's make up Zechariah 6. The branch is Isaiah 11:1. And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots. All right, so he's going to come from the line of King David. All right, they called him the branch, right? And the spirit of Yahweh shall rest upon him, the spirit of wisdom, the spirit of the spirit of wisdom and understanding, the spirit of counsel and might, the spirit of knowledge and the fear of Yahweh, and shall make him of quick understanding in the fear of Yahweh. And he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, neither prove after the hearing of his ears. But with righteousness shall he judge the poor, and reprove in equity for the meek of the earth. He shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips shall he slay the wicked. And the righteousness shall be the girdle of his loins, and faithfulness the girdle of his reins. All right. So this is going into who's going to sit on that throne of David to order it. What we read in Isaiah 9. It said the branch. So it's going to come from that line of King David, right? So we got that Zechariah 6.
I got you.
It's going to tell you his name.
I got it already.
All right, good.
And man, in this Bible is a beautiful poem, man. It's a beautiful symphony. All right, it's a beautiful mystery. Because Yahushua was the one to come after Moses. Who was the one that succeeded Moses? The man named Yahushua. To show who was to come next. But you got to be spiritual to receive that. To know that the prophet the Lord is going to send in Deuteronomy 18 will be Yahushua, like he said. To lead us into the everlasting kingdom. Not the foreshadowing, because that wasn't the rest. That wasn't the rest we got to that land. Moses didn't even make it into that land.
Nope.
That's kind of bogus. If y'all think that's just it, the Lord is more just than that, man. Come on. Moses is going to get to enjoy the peace of Israel, man. Fully. Like it said in Deuteronomy 30, the Lord's going to return and take us out of the land of our captivity. So now we're about to get that rest. Now we're about to get the new covenant, man. Well, the Lord's going to written us perfect, all right? We can actually enjoy earth like we're supposed to. Because Adam has come back, all right? Adam has come back, and he took hold of the tree of life this time.
Mm-hmm.
So he took that sin away from us. That sin that was placed upon us because he listened to that woman is now taken off of us because he came and fixed that. You can read that, Zechariah? And you can get Wisdom Solomon 10.
Zechariah 6 and 11. Then take silver and gold and make crowns and set them upon the head of Joshua, the son of Josedek, the high priest. And speak unto him, saying, Thus speaketh Yahweh of hosts, saying, Behold, the man whose name is the branch.
Right, so this is going to be his name.
Come.
Plain and simple, his name was going to be as the same as whose head this crown was on. And right here it says Joshua, but it's Yahushua in the Hebrew, man. All right, and the proof of that will be when you read Acts 7, it goes into Joshua that came after Moses, but they got Jesus written there. Letting you know that Jesus is a Greek false god name they put there to cover up the true name of Yahushua, which is the proper in the Hebrew and the proper way of saying Joshua.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep on going. So watch it. This is heavy. Everything you just literally said the last 5 minutes about the priest, everything, right? It says, He shall grow out of his place, and he shall build the temple of the Lord. Who literally did that? Solomon. This is spiritual as hell, man. Verse 13. Even he shall build the temple of Yahweh, and he shall bear the glory, and he shall sit and rule upon his throne. Just like he was reading in that 2 Samuel, the 7th chapter. And he shall be a priest upon his throne, and counsel of peace shall be between them both. The counsel, hey, what's the peace between us and Yahweh, the mediator, bringing us back together as one? Yahushua actually prayed for that. He said, make them one as me and you are one, Father. That's what he's coming to do. Well, he's already doing.
The same prayer he made to Solomon. He said, we're in a far land, when we return to the Lord, hear that prayer. And the Lord listened to King Solomon's prayer for us, all right, and said, I will perform it. So meanwhile, you scoff and have somebody, you're going to do this and nothing. Hey, King Solomon did it, and the Lord said, I'll listen to you. Have you not read the book of Job?
Nope.
The Lord, right, everything happened. They didn't understand it. And the Lord told Job's friends they got to make a sacrifice through Job. He wasn't going to take their sacrifice and did it themselves. So you got to go through Job, man. Just like the whole nation of Israel had to go through the high priest. Every time there was a day of atonement, we had to go through the high priest. The high priest made the sacrifice for us. The high priest sacrificed daily for us. Ain't nothing different. We always had to go through somebody, man.
You know, it's the irony that you had mentioned King Solomon, because that particular scripture, them Old Testament niggas quote that scripture saying that they don't need a savior. They say, "Oh, I can just turn and pray to this." We didn't say, but that was the savior who said it.
That's right. If he didn't make that prayer, you wouldn't even have the capability.
Yeah.
That prayer only stands if you come to Yahweh through the mercy that come through that prayer. So you can't come to Yahweh if you're coming through those mercies that came through that prayer of Solomon. So in layman's terms, you can't come to Yahweh as you come to Yahweh Shai,
Something.
who is Solomon.
That's right.
There's no other way around it. So, hey, just like the truth, ain't no other way around it. You gotta come through Yahweh Shai. If you don't, you're a robber, you're a thief, you're a non-believer, man. Better odds for us, better chances for us, man.
Right.
All right. Brothers got anything else?
Yeah.
You had 10, right? That chapter 10.
What
What do you want?
Wisdom Solomon 10:1.
All right. This what is the Solomon 10:1? She preserved the firstborn father of the world that was created alone and brought him out of his fall.
Right. And how did that happen? And where is that written that Adam got brought out of his fault? Where is it written that Adam came and corrected that wrong? Where is it written, all right, that Adam took hold of that tree of life to take that sin away from us, man? It's written in Romans 5.
That's why it was no option.
And gave him power to rule all things.
That's right. That rulership that was given to, real quick, let's see what that rulership was given to. This is Daniel 7.
Perfect.
All right, I'm finding the right verse. It's Daniel 7 and 13. I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. And there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. And when you link these precepts up, it's plain. All right, this king is talking about the same as in Isaiah 11, the one that is sit on the throne of David. Same as Isaiah 9. Same as 2 Samuel 7. Same as the First Chronicles. Go on to Solomon. All right? Then you link it with that Wisdom of Solomon 10, you understand, oh, damn, that's also Adam. All right, because Luke 3rd chapter, we read the last verse, Adam, who is the son of God. Even still was the first fruits. If you look at it naturally speaking, Adam was the firstborn. Same as in the heavens. All right, in earth as it is in heaven. Yahweh Shai, who was Adam, was the firstborn. That's who Yahweh created. He came and fixed his mistakes, man. He took the rod, he got beaten with the rod of men, like it said in 2 Samuel. And the count of it, the prophecy of it is in Isaiah 53. All right, in Zephaniah, in Psalms, he'd get pierced. They wouldn't open his mouth. He'd be marred more than any man. That was doing that. Wasn't Solomon. Okay.
I got a precept.
Good.
This is St. John chapter 5, verse 22. It says, for the Father judgeth no man, but hath committed all judgment unto the Son, that all men should honor the Son, even as they honor the Father.
Kiss the Son, lest he be angry.
It says, he that honoreth not the Son, honoreth not the Father, which hath sent him. Right, man? So you have to go to, it's like you have to go through Yahweh Shai. It's no other way. Like it says in St. John the 10th chapter, man. You can't go up no other way. You have to go through Yahweh Shai.
This is Romans 5. I'm going to start with verse 10. It's back in this Wisdom of Solomon 10 up. It says, for if we were enemies when we were reconciled to Yahweh by the death of his Son, much more being reconciled, we shall be saved by his life. And not only so, but we also joy in Yahweh through our Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach, by whom we have now received the atonement. Right? Verse 12. Wherefore, as by one man sin entered into the world, and death by sin. And so death passed upon all men, for that all have sinned. For until the law, sin was in the world, but sin is not imputed where there is no law. Nevertheless, death reigned from Adam to Moses, even over them that have not sinned after the similitude of Adam's transgression, who is the figure of him that was to come.
That's right.
Which was Yahushua. So his sin that he did as Adam, guess what? He had to pay for it. He had to he had to set an atonement for it with his own life, right? His blood, okay? That was what? The appropriation, the atonement, right? Not only for his sins, but ours also, just like if you read in Hebrews, all right?
Right. Hey, why? Because it said, those who didn't sin after similitude of Adam.
Exactly.
We all fell under death. Once Adam, went off, we was all under that. We all was now able to go off, like it says in 2nd Ezra. So now through the righteousness of Yahushua, now we all can be righteous. It's the same thing. Hey, this is 1 Corinthians 15:45. And so it is written, the first man Adam was made a living soul. The last Adam was made a quickening spirit, man. There you go. So, hey, Yahushua is Adam. He came back to correct us wrong. All right? Plain and simple. Damn. And Paul is quoting, bro, because I'm looking, see what he's quoting. He's simply just quoting Genesis 2 and 7.
Damn.
Yep, I got it.
And, go ahead.
And Yahweh, Genesis 2 and 7, so like, and Yahweh formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul.
There you go. So the Lord gave him the breath of life, the fullness of wisdom. That didn't happen until Yahushua. The fullness of it, that didn't happen until Isaiah 11 came. Because Wisdom of Solomon 7 tells you, hey, let me just get it, what that breath of life is. Let me get it. Let me prove it. Man, I'm so wooed. And you don't understand the Old Testament, man, how deep it is. Paul had a lot of understanding. Damn. I ain't never realized.
Yahushua came to him personally. Shit. Oh, God, I am moved.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 7:22. For wisdom, which is the work of all things, taught me. For in her, and it's King Solomon talking. For in her is an understanding spirit, holy, one only, manifold, subtle, lively, clear, undefiled, plain, not subject to hurt, loving the thing that is good, quick, which cannot be letted, ready to do good. Kind to man, steadfast, sure, free from care, having all power, overseeing all things and going through all understanding, pure, and most subtle spirits. For wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passed and going through all things by reason of her pureness, for she is the breath of the power of the Most High, and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her. So to have the fullness of that breath, you have to be an undefiled being, man. And that was Yahushua. All right, because Adam took hold of the tree of life as Yahushua. He had the fullness of the breath, man. So the first man, Adam, all right, was fleshy, man. And the second Adam, and like I said, I'm going to read it over. 1 Corinthians 15:45, and so it is written, the first man, Adam, was made a living soul. The last Adam was made a quickening spirit, man. He was brought to life, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, as opposed to just being created and, born and, living how, people just live, even with having some of the laws. He was taken from that and made a quickening spirit, man. Gave the fullness.
Yeah, I've been moved since like 3 minutes ago. Hit the Paul in Genesis. I was moved.
All right, so with that, all praise and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash.
Double honors to the apostles and salutations, brothers, doing this thing in sincere truth and charity. Shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Baba.
Baba.